Hello, folks. Well, this is the helicopter that came right after the Skylark EH-1 from Ishimasa in Japan. Ishimasa was producing the first electric helicopter in the world and is the helicopter I recently also showed video from 1980 of it flying over 44 years ago. You might want to check it out. So I have many little mini helicopters, and nowadays I use them in my school class videos to teach them how helicopters work, and many of you have seen those. But 44 years ago, this was the bee's knees, just tiny little electric helicopter. It was also a metal kit and had two motors just like the Skylark. Well, there are no gyros in the day like today's little helicopters, so it was a real handful. The following rare footage of it flying was taken with this camera and recorded on videotape over 40 years ago. For those of you that don't know what that is, you're seeing me install the tape in my player to watch it. And I had trouble flying it on a NiCad battery for very long, maybe a minute. So almost all of my flying was with the small 12-volt battery on the tether. I got it at Condor Hobbies, but it was just not that good, so I didn't sell them and Clifton didn't import them. I sold more of the Skylarks. I did demonstrate it at the MAC show in Long Beach, but it didn't draw that kind of interest that the Skylarks did. I'm sorry about the background music, but back then, 40 years ago, I was experimenting with different voiceovers and music, synthesizer music 40 years ago, so please forgive me.
Here are some detailed shots of the mechanics, and let's watch this baby go.
Well, editing videotapes, getting the noise off from all the wind and everything that there was on those things was pretty hard to do back in those days without the equipment we have today. Here's my attempt to narrate.
But just for kicking around the house, it's really great to fly it with the Super Mini AH on the 12-volt tether, and you'll find it is quite interesting machine to fly that way. It's light. It weighs only a couple of ounces. Actually, it's 500 grams, and here are some detailed shots of the mechanics. And let's watch this baby go. If you're going to fly untethered, you have to fly it in forward flight. For maybe 1 to 2 minutes it will fly, and you have to land it like a conventional airplane. Because as you run out of battery power, you would not be able to sustain maximum flight. Period of time hovering would be very short.
Here I'm checking the controls and doing blade tracking. Blade tracking means that each rotor blade is flying exactly the same height. So an interesting thing about this helicopter is that early on I broke the gear set and the tail rotor. No way could I get parts for it. Cliff wasn't importing them, and neither was Andy's hobby, so it was dead to me. Not to give up, this is the helicopter I put the Frisbee cutout on the tail and created the first tail rotor of this helicopter. Couldn't believe it actually worked so well. And these are the mechanics that we used to make the prototype to send to Kyosho, from which the Hyperflies were created from. So that's all the footage I have of this really neat helicopter, and I'm glad I still have it. I also wish I still looked like that. So thanks a lot for watching some more history from Mr. Herbert Science Class. And please click that like button and subscribe so not to miss what's coming up next. This is Dave Herbert the Night Flyer. Thanks so much, and we'll see you then.